few people can steal scenes from the likes of Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick, but Micah Stock did just that in Broadway's It's Only a Play. Now he's starring in two buzzy TV series, Bonding on Netflix and The Right Stuff on Disney Plus.
Seats have all been made to your specs, fellas. How do they feel?
Not like an airplane seat, is it?
Are these the final versions? No, we'll use them to make the fiberglass seats, which will then be custom fit into each of your capsules.
And so, where are the controls gonna be if we're on our backs like this? Stick hereabouts?
The capsule prototype arrives tomorrow. You'll have a chance to see for yourself then.
And Micah is with me now. Micah, good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to see you too.
Well, we have lots of great stuff to talk about. Let's start with The Right Stuff. You play a real-life astronaut, Deke Slayton. Tell me a little bit about him.
Deke Slayton was one of the longest-serving astronauts in NASA. He was a member of the original Mercury 7 and served as the chief of the astronaut office up through the shuttle program.
And so how much research did you have to do for him?
Yeah, I mean, as you can imagine, the 1960s are full of lots of different histories happening. But thankfully, there's a lot written about these people, and Deke Slayton wrote a book himself. Unfortunately, he passed away in 1993, but he was able to write an autobiography before that happened.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
It was.
Well, on the opposite end of the spectrum, I mean, like, complete opposite end of the spectrum. You're in another show. It's a comedy on Netflix called Bonding. For people who haven't seen it yet, kind of set things up for us and who you play in the show.
Yeah, so Bonding is the story of a dominatrix and her best friend who she hires to sort of moonlight as her assistant. In the show, I play the boyfriend of the dominatrix, whose name is Doug, who's a loving, sweet, funny guy, a little bit dim occasionally, who is sort of grappling with, his own modern masculinity and what it means to be with someone whose job is to pleasure other people. But it's a really, really fun cast and a great show. And as raunchy as it is, it's equally heartwarming.
Yeah, I mean, I think people assume kind of like 50 Shades of Grey. That's kind of what's in their mind, but it's so much more than that. It's a comedy too. You play Tiffany's boyfriend, like you said, and it's kind of like this refreshing relationship in that it's kind of like everything's just out there. What do you love about this guy and playing him?
I think he's someone who is super non-judgmental, but even non-judgmental people have to deal with their own internalized misogyny and, their own kind of prejudices they don't realize that they have. As a man in this world, I'm trying to figure out how to be a better feminist, how to be a better ally. Being able to explore that in the context of a comedy is really a gift because we get to laugh at our own limitations.
Yeah. Well, one thing that you're a part of, which I'm sure you're proud of, is the 52nd Street Project, working with kids playmaking program. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes. So the 52nd Street Project is a not-for-profit arts organization in Hell's Kitchen in New York City. And it's a program where they teach kids how to write plays. And at the end of that class, they get to become members of the 52nd Street Project, and professional actors perform their original plays.
I love that.
It's so entertaining. I've seen, Edie Falco and Billy Crudup, play frogs and bumblebees and polar bears who wanted pizza. Anyway, it's an incredible organization. You should check them out.
I'm definitely going to check it out because I want to see these plays being done. But finally, we heard that you adopted a quarantine dog. What's it like being a dog dad?
Yeah, I mean, I have a 70-pound Pyrenees sheepdog mix named Banana, who I adopted from an organization in Brooklyn called Hearts and Bones Rescue. It's been a really, really wonderful thing to have in my life, especially during quarantine.
All right. Well, Bonding is streaming now on Netflix, and The Right Stuff is on Disney Plus. Thank you so much for taking the time, and congrats on all these amazing projects you have.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.